Good afternoon, everybody. Steve Georgia here, live from Allendale's trading floor. It is September 8th, 2010. Rather quiet day in the markets after we've seen one heck of a last few weeks. We did end up in the red, though. Corn was down about 3 3/4 cents today. Beans down about 3 1/4, with the wheat market pulling back the most, down about 24 cents. So with that wheat market pulling back, it has kept corn negative today, but a lot of guys are waiting to see what's going to happen here on Friday. You got USDA releasing some numbers here on Friday. It almost feels like the trade is expecting maybe to see a little bit of a bearish number come out, but are you really going to believe it? So if we do see a bearish report, it almost feels like this market's gearing up still to go higher. You're not finding any funds bailing. You're not finding any negative attitudes toward this market right now. Even with a 3 3/4 cent pullback, trend is still up. You still have some good support in that December contract near 352 that we may go down and test here ahead of that report. But overall, I'm not sure what's going to change here to get these funds to start running out of this market. As far as beans were higher most of the day today. We ended up lower, and I think it was mostly due to the wheat market that started making new lows as we got in the close, and you found a lot of just negative attitudes surrounding this wheat. So with wheat backing off 24 cents, it was a negative close there for wheat. That did pull it back down below a trend line. We may find some further pullbacks here going into Friday's report, but it really wasn't affected by much of the outside markets today. Crude oil was up 50 cents, puts that at 74.70. You had the dollar that was down 23. So even with a pullback in the dollar and crude oil being up, really no effect here as far as the grain markets. Metals relatively quiet today with some lighter trade. Gold was down about $2. You had silver up about 7 cents, so relatively quiet overall. We had the soft markets with sugar ending up only 7 points lower after being significantly lower off the start this morning. And cotton down 58 today. So after making new highs yesterday, new recent highs there for cotton, we saw a little bit of a pullback, maybe a little bit of profit taken here ahead of this report on Friday. We did have an inside day yet on cotton, so tomorrow look for a breakout either way. Are you going to find profit taken here, or are we going to continue to make new highs? Right now the trend is still up, and they are expecting to see a little bit friendlier numbers come Friday. As far as coffee, we finished $4 off the high today. We're still up $2.25, still a strong close there for coffee, but we did settle back here late in the session. So we'll see what tomorrow can bring there and see if we find a little bit more liquidation or at least a little profit taken here ahead of this weekend. As far as the livestock, we did find a recovery today. Fat cattle up 90 cents. You had feeders that were unchanged, and you had the hogs that were up about 70 cents. Even with the midday cash price down a little bit, we did end up finishing these hogs up slightly. So, and fat cattle recovering a little bit after taking a pounding here the last few days. Maybe find a little bit of short covering here ahead of this weekend as well. So give us a call over here at 800-262-7538. Check us out on the web at allendale-inc.com. Hopefully you guys had a great trading day today and have a great rest of the week. We'll talk to you later.